Stay tuned on the Coco.
Yes, hello to you listeners out there. My name is Oladiti, Iyanu, and I'm joining you live on AYO Radio UK. The best online radio you could find, and you could join it anytime, any day. Yeah, greetings to my Oga, DJ Ali, journalist. Oga, thank you so much. You're so wonderful. Yes, it's a privilege to be with you again today. And to every presenter in AYO Radio, I must say, you guys are the bomb. You guys rock. You guys have been solid. What a wonderful family it is here. And by the way, this is Solutions with Velocity, and we are always glad to bring you practical solutions in every sphere of life and giving you answers to problems. Yeah, giving you practical solutions to problems in different sectors of life that cuts across nature and diversity. Yes, this is Solutions with Velocity, where your answers are being provided. And very quickly, yes, today we'll be saying something about effective communication. Yes, I know we all communicate, we all talk, we all say one or two things, we discuss, we argue, and all, but there's a way to have an effective communication. Don't forget, we started a business series sort of, and we've been saying a lot about diligence, about how to start your business, and we've been saying things also about your life skills, about the perspective, about your opportunities, and all. So today I'd just like us to go through effective communication. Yeah, don't forget you can join us live on social media, that is on Instagram and on Facebook via DJ Ali Journalist. Yes, we would always be glad to hear from you. And you can also send your live comments to us via social media, or you can message us via WhatsApp call or WhatsApp text via the following line. Yeah, +44 74 87 57 0261. I'll take it again. +44 74 87 57 0261. Yeah, that's the phone line. Reach us via WhatsApp call or text message. We are glad to hear from you. So very quickly, effective communication. Okay, let me just give us a definition of communication generally. I will define communication today as the sharing of information, ideas, thoughts, and feelings by two or more persons. That is the sharing of information, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings by two or more persons. Now don't forget, communication can be verbal and non-verbal. In short, it's not can. Communication is verbal and non-verbal. Communication is made up of three things. That is your words, your tone, and your body language. Your words, your tone, and your body language. Now, if you are to make an effective communication, be it you're a lawyer, be it you're a doctor, be it you're an engineer, be it you're a journalist, be it you're a CEO, you're an entrepreneur, you're a staff, you're a boss, you're a manager, you're a director. If you are going to have effective communication, there are some things that you need to work on, which means you need to know who you are talking to or who you are going to be talking to. That means knowledge. That is, you need to know what you want to talk about and who you are talking to. Now, you need to have the right attitude, because your attitude determines your body language. Your attitude will determine your body language, and your skills also will help. That is how well you can communicate effectively. That is how skillful you can be while having a discussion. That is, you are not just the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but you are able to come to point that A, after A is B. And just so you know, A, then B, then C. Maybe because you're talking to somebody that might not grab it very fast. So you are flexible in your communication, because the way you say things to people vary because people are different. The way people learn is different. The way people listen is different. Yeah. So there are some things that actually causes poor communication, and one of them is lack of coordination. That is when the person, the message carrier, is not coordinated. That is, the person that wants to talk is not organized, is a little bit off the chart. Yeah. Then also frustration. Wow, in Nigeria here, I must tell you, frustration is top of the chart. Many people are frustrated. I must tell you, the other day I was on a bus and come on, we are standing in the bus, so definitely somebody is going to step on you. Then this guy stepped on the other guy on a Friday evening, and the next thing that guy would say was, "What's wrong with you? Didn't you see me?" And he was like, I didn't mean that. I didn't do it. And then that guy responded, Do you know where I'm coming from? Do you know who I am? Do you know what I do? And you just come and step on me. I'm like, for crying out loud, we're all on a bus, a public bus. So definitely I know who you are. We are all staff coming from the same area and going to the same area, but probably different houses. And the guy was so angry, and everyone was like, "No, calm. And next, I'll beat you up." I'm like, wow. So frustration actually causes poor communication. Then when there's a lack of trust between you and the person you're talking to, that is, if you don't trust the person you're talking to, you tend not to speak well. You tend not to communicate well because you're not sure, you're not safe, you're not feeling okay with that person. You're not feeling okay with that person. So communication is a process. It's not just talking, but communication is a process, and it involves a couple of things. Communication is a process that involves 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and communication involves an exchange of either your ideas or your thoughts or your feeling. So communication involves the exchange, and it is done through a medium. As I said, communication can be verbal and non-verbal. That is, it can be in words and not in words. So it has to go through a means, either your words or your actions or your body language or by signal, even sometimes by messages. Yes. So those are mediums, and this medium is common to all the stakeholders in the process. That is, the communication has not taken place. You only sent a message, because the medium you have used, which is Spanish language, is not common to both of us who are the stakeholders in communication. Likewise, if you're from the UK and I want to send you a message now, and I'm sending you in the Nigerian Hausa language, you might not understand. So that is no more common. So communication is just exchange of ideas through a channel or through a coding, through a medium that is common to both the sender and the receiver, and from which feedback is expected. That is the most important part of communication. Feedback is always expected. There has to be a feedback, because that is the only way you can be sure that that person heard you right. That's the only way you can be sure the person heard you right. So feedback is very important. So feedback is, "Hi, how you doing?" And the person says, "I'm fine," and he nods his head like, "I'm fine, how are you?" Or feedback is, "Guys, how are you doing over there?" And they give you a thumbs up, which means yes, we're okay. They didn't say a word, but they gave you a thumbs up. So you can say, okay, things are going well. Or maybe you guys just got to your place of work, and your co-workers, they've made the place beautiful, arranged, they've gotten the whole job done, and immediately you come in, you're in a hurry, you're like, "You know what, guys?" And you give them a thumbs up. They understand that, wow, you are impressed by what you are saying, even though you can't wait to make your comments yet. So communication feedback is important, and by the time you give them a thumbs up and you see everybody screaming, "Woo!" that means you've gotten a feedback of boss is happy. Then you are sure they got your message of, "Guys, thumbs up, that is, I'm happy with you guys." So feedback is always very important in in communication. Yeah, communication involves a sender, that is, you encode your message, you send it, then the receiver decodes it, he receives it, then he sends you feedback. Yeah. Now, there's a thesis, or should I say there's a concept by Albert Mehrabian. Yes, Albert Mehrabian. He said communication involves three things: your words, your tone, and your body language. He said your words is 7%, your tone is 38%, and your body language is 55%. So a large percent of communication has nothing to do with what you say. I say it again. A large percentage of your communication has nothing to do with what you say. Now let me use an example. We said words 7%, tone 38%, body language 55%. Yes, I'm on radio now. You can't really see my body language. But let me use words and tone. Okay, imagine me coming and I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? This is AYO Radio, and we are always glad to be with you. Definitely, I am cool. I am calm. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to relate with everybody that is listening. But by the time I come and I'm like, hey guys, this is AYO Radio, and I think you should listen to us when you have the chance. Trust me, you'll be like, who is this guy? Some of you that you are optimistic, you think I'm here for comedy. Okay, wait, maybe it's up to something. But somebody that is, you'll be like, what? Who is this guy? Where did they find this guy? And you just tune off, just switch it off. So the tone is important. It's the same when you're coming into a place and you're saying maybe your boss, and you're like, Mr. Jerry, good morning. How was the weekend? Or you come into a place and you're like, Moisa, and you walk. Trust me, there's a difference between the two. Fine, you said good morning on both sides, but there's a difference. That is the tone. Now, imagine somebody, let me try and explain the body language. Imagine somebody in front of you telling you, I'm okay with it. That is, I agree with you. And he's shaking his head left to right. He's like, I agree with you. Somebody saying, I agree with you, and his head is going left and right, left. I agree with you. And he's nudging his shoulder. I agree with you. No problem. I agree. Trust me, you will see an irony in what he's saying and what he's doing. But by the time you see somebody saying, I agree with you, and he gives you an handshake, like, wow, I agree with you, and he stretches his hand to you for an handshake, then you can be sure that, okay, yes, truly, this person agrees with me. Now, if you have to communicate effectively, you always have to consider three things. The method, which means you can't want to communicate to an Englishman and you are speaking French. That method would be wrong. Sometimes we say, no, I have to be myself, I have to be my comfort zone, I have to be comfortable. But sometimes communication is about, the method has to be common to both ends. That has to be someone the other person will understand. So you have to choose the right method, either via text or via. Now, if you are to tell your apprentice to actually, I need you to fix this bulb 50 centimeter off the point we marked yesterday, which means it will be 150 centimeters from the floor. You need to tell your apprentice that to get it done before you get back. And you decide to send a text message. I, John, fix the bulb 10 centimeter away from the point yesterday, 150 centimeter from the ground. Get it done. And you send that as a text message. Now imagine John is an angry person, or he had some little frustration before you even send the message, and you just look at the message like, what is this man saying? Like, okay, we marked a point yesterday and I'm saying 10 centimeters away from it, 150 centimeters away from the ground. But this thing is already on 150 centimeters yesterday. So why is he saying a little bit confusion set in for John, and he replies you, please call me. And then you reply him and say, is it not clear enough? Trust me, something is building up already. There's a tension building up already. But then he already gave you a feedback of please call me, which means I am not clear. I need clarity. Probably you are busy. You are somewhere where you can't call. So please call me. Which means you on that side, you should take that feedback and say, okay, I think this boy is not clear on what I'm saying. Let me give him a call and say, okay, hello John, how are you? Yeah, you remember when we marked yesterday? He will respond, yes sir. Now take 10 centimeters, use the rule, take 10 centimeters to the right, then ensure that it is still 150 centimeters from the floor. And please fix the light there before I get back. Then the guy will say, okay, boss, I'll get it done in the next. I'll let you know once I'm done. Result oriented. You have your result already. But by the time he replies, he sends the feedback. Judas said, "Million, please call me. I need clarity." And all you could reply is, you never get things. You are always not understanding. And you send that as a text. Trust me, you will affect John's emotion. Even though you would assume you were clear enough. But you will affect John's emotion because he, as an engineer, he wants to hear the instructions than reading it. So the method has to be something that is fine for both parties. Fine. There are times that you can't choose the method really. Like if you're on a bus, I need to talk to the driver. You can't really choose the method and to say, I need to do this, and but what if the driver likes it's being written, but you don't have the luxury of writing things on a bus. You're just, everybody needs to talk and move. But when you have the luxury of choosing, please be conscious the method. If you're to sell your goods to a market woman, you don't want to go there and go and be talking, I'm an engineer. I don't want to go to the market and go and be telling an engineer about solar energy, and I'm just saying, you know something about your charge controller, it works with the solar energy, and when your solar panel is direct to the sun, it traps energy from the sun, and there's a way the market owner will just be looking at you like, who is this guy? But by the time I come and say, good day ma, good day sir, yes, I see you don't have light. Oh, I'm so sorry, but there's something I can actually provide for you that will ensure you have light at least 18 hours out of 24 hours, which means even when you're not at the shop, you still have light, and definitely there will be other supply of light. And if there's no supply, if you can make the provision, you can have all-round light, they will be excited. They'll be like, how can that be? And I'm like, okay, man, this is what we do. There's this thing we do. We call it solar. Yes, we call it solar power. And what we use it to do is we use it to convert this sun into energy, such that once we convert it, it will give you electricity just the way the power holding company does it. And they'll be like, how can this thing be? Because they are market women, I came with a sample already. That man, this is it. This is what we're collecting from the sun. This is my inverter. Now give me your phone, mama, give me your charger. Let me plug it and see. Mama, is it charging? She said yes. Mama, bring your standing fan. Plug it here. Is it working? He said yes. Before you know it, I would convince them. But if I'm to go to a company, a standard organization, a big firm, and I want to propose solar energy to them as their next power solution, first thing I want to wear a suit and a tie. And by the time I get there, I want to have documents, proposal. I want to have images. If possible, if I can have a small sample of what they can also see. And by the time I get there, good day, wow, I celebrate everyone here. Thank you for giving me the chance to come. Yes, straight to the point. Yes, why I'm here is this. I'm here to actually tell you the next solution to power. And what is this about? This is the solar energy. And if you have a presentation, you can't go to the market and be using PowerPoint in the market. That method will be wrong. But if you have to go to a company, you probably have your PowerPoint and you say, okay, now next energy solar, and you put your PowerPoint, your slide, you're going from slide to slide, and you let them look at solar energy. This is how it works. We give you the charge controller which converts this amount of energy trapped from the sun at this rate into 12 volts DC, which is used to charge your battery, and this battery are fed into an inverter which is rated. For a company like this, your inverter will be rated so kVA, so that it can power your this, your that. By the time they see your technicality, I am sure they'll be like, wow, you would wow them. And by the time you pass your pictures around, people will be sure that wow, you know what. So that method will be efficient in such settings. Now, don't forget, this is solutions with velocity, and today we are talking about effective communication. And just 3 points: your method is important. 2, I've already touched it already. The mass, that is the number of people you are talking to, is also important. You don't want to be talking to 20 people and you are saying, "Good day, everybody. My name is Oladiti, Iyanu, and this is AY already." No, good day, everybody. My name is Oladiti, and I hope you can hear me at the back. They will know that okay, this guy is here for us. So you have to look at the method, the number of people involved, and finally the type of audience. I already gave those 3 in the sample I just gave. Your audience is in the market. You don't expect to go there with a suit and a tie. You want to dress like you're for them, because your dressing is part of your body language. You're going to a corporate body for the same reason. You don't want to go on jean and chucks. You want to be on your suit and tie, and you go there with concrete presentation so as you blow them off. So 3 things when you're communicating: your method, the number of people you are communicating to, and the type of people you are communicating to. These 3 things will help you to communicate effectively. And you might be wondering, why is this guy talking communication? Communication helps you to connect with others. And if you have any business you're running, the only way forward is you being able to connect with your clients, with your customers, such that they will buy. And if you can't communicate to them, I don't know who is going to buy. So you need communication to be effective, so that you can connect with your customers, with people. You can overcome barriers between you and your customers. Then you can improve the quality of life. That is, even you yourself, you now smile more, because you don't want to send the wrong body language while you're saying I'm fine and you're frowning. Or you say I'm fine and you give us a little smile and see your teeth like, oh. Now we're not saying you should fake it, but you are being natural about it. You are getting used to it. You are being conscious of it. Now, let me leave you with this. Communication is effective when there is mutual understanding and cooperation. One very important thing about DJ Ali is that he would always want to be sure. This is what sometimes you send him a message, boss, this. He will give you a thumbs up. Like, wow, awesome. Do you mean this? And once you say yes, he will give you another thumbs up, check. Which means you sent me a message, I gave you a thumbs up that I received, but then I give you a question that, okay, am I thinking what you're thinking? Do you have a mutual understanding that you're saying 1 p.m.? And once you say yes, 1 p.m. boss, we'll give you another thumbs up like, okay, we are clear, good to go. He could assume and just say, okay, this guy is saying 1. Meanwhile, you are saying 2. So he wants to be sure we are on the same page. He say, okay guys, you know what do you want to wear? We're like, want to wear native. It's like, over there, what do you want to wear? They say corporate. And it's like, okay, you know what guys, over here, corporate or native? And okay, boss, 1 corporate. Over there, corporate or native? 1 corporate. So corporate has it. Then everybody shout, yes, corporate has it. And my boss is ready to, he knows we'll come to an agreement, and he works with that. So it is good. Communication is effective when there is mutual understanding and cooperation. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me today on Solution. Sorry, we won't be able to go into much more details, but I believe if you can consider your method, the mass, that is the number of people in your audience, it will go a long way in effective communication. Thank you for joining us on AYO Radio. This is Oladiti Iyanu, Mr. Velocity, as my boss will always say. Yeah, and we are pleased to always be with you. You can follow me on social media, velocity_D on Instagram, or Oladiti Iyanu on Facebook. And also don't forget, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, AYO Radio UK. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We are glad to have you. We are glad you are always listening. Thank you so much for joining us on Solutions today. We love you, and we always want you to listen. Don't touch the dial. Keep it logged in. Bye.
In our next episode, I love you now. Mokuna have lovely weekend. Do Dijali, do Chezo. I better me throw more light. So I don't talk about jungle justice today. I talk about make boyfriend girlfriend. They just they deceive each other. They use each other. Some said